The acting programs at the Maggie Flanigan Studio train professional actors based on the Meisner technique and the principles first taught by Sanford Meisner. Esma Kirim discusses with Katie some of the challenges she faced in the first year of the 2-year acting program.
To be honest, I didn't really have a clue. I mean, in my own way, I Googled and researched, acting, New York, and a lot of different things came up. From what I understood, Meisner was a technique that could be applied to any kind of role, to theater, to TV and film, and I liked that aspect. But if I'm being honest, I was very naive, and I just kind of walked into it, acting, and I can do this, and I interviewed at a few schools, and that was it. I don't think I could have gotten through the first year without my peers, my friends. Sometimes it felt like they were the only ones who understood me. It immediately creates a tight bond, and because we basically bare our souls in class, we get to know each other really quickly. There's a great student lounge here where we just hang out before and after class, and it's a place where I personally worked through a lot of the things, the difficult emotions that were coming up in acting class. I realized that the Meisner technique really allows you to get to know yourself, which is very important in acting, because any scene you get, you basically filter it through your own experiences, your own feelings. You have to have a point of view, and I really appreciate that because it made me realize how much I go through my life without figuring out what I feel about something or how I feel about a certain situation. I don't really formulate my own point of view. So it was a huge learning experience in that sense. I got to know myself, and in that way I get to know how I feel about something, and a truthful reaction comes out of that. So I can see how that can be applied to any kind of acting, and I love that. Yeah, I knew I could be shy sometimes. I didn't know the extent to which I was holding back. Like all the norms that were taught by society of how we should act, and also how a woman should act, was so ingrained in me. I think the first 6-7 months really was just me chipping away at that. It surprised me how I didn't really have any freedom, and it was a struggle at times. It's uncomfortable, trying to open up and be more vulnerable. I didn't always love the process, but now that I feel like I have broken down a lot of those walls, I feel so much more free. I think it's affecting other parts of my life positively as well, because I'm just more open in all my relationships. I'm used to working hard. Like you said, I come from a business background. I was confident coming in, like, I'll just put in the work and I'm going to see immediate results. Be a great actress. Which is true. You do need to put in the work, but what was different was the growth and the results. They're not linear. I'm just used to, putting in all the work and immediately seeing results, because that's how you get success in other fields. In acting, it can be very sporadic. It's like taking 2 steps forward and a step back, and you're learning how to react to other people, how to take in, how to listen, and it's not something you can just read off of a book. And I was a little naive coming into this, to be honest. I just thought I could put in the work and immediately be great. It takes time. I'm very type A, and like I said, I do like to see immediate results. And if I had a good day, let's say last class, I expect to have a good day next class. And if I see that I'm struggling with something that I thought I had already internalized, okay, I'm done with that, I have that now in my toolbox, it frustrates me. And I really get down on myself. I have that inner critic that won't shut up. It's not a good feeling, but it happens, and throughout the year I've made peace with that. It's part of the process. It's the best. I just go home and I can't shut up about it. I talk to my husband, I'm like, oh my God, I did this, I had the best exercise, my scene partner did this. It's just, you feel so creatively fulfilled. And I personally didn't have a lot of creativity in my past life, coming from a business background. Not to say there isn't creativity in business, but it's a whole different ballgame here. Ask yourself why. Why do you want to do this? Because if it's not a real passion of yours, if there isn't curiosity that you can't help it, you have to itch that scratch and you want to learn more and you want to get better, then you won't be able to do this. It's just going to feel like a chore, because this is an intense program that really prepares you for the industry and really prepares you to, give it your all and do your best. But if you're not in that headspace, it's going to feel like it's too much. Ask yourself why you want to do this, and then if the answer is yes, this is the only thing I want to do in life, just go for it. No excuses, just go for it. You will find a way to make the money, you will find a way to get through those difficult classes where you think you're not learning anything, you're not making any progress. So, Maggie Flanigan makes you the best actor you can be. It doesn't try and make you into a Nicole Kidman or Kate Blanchett, because we're not all the same. We have different strengths. We react differently to different circumstances, and it took me a while to let go of that, actually. In the beginning, I tried imitating other classmates, I tried imitating other actors I see on TV. That's not the way to go, because the industry is going to accept you and you're going to get work that's fulfilling only if you are true to yourself and you bring your strengths to the table. And Maggie Flanigan really lets you figure out what those strengths are.
The Meisner technique and why many professionally trained actors have chosen to study this technique. Students who are interested in applying to the 2-year acting conservatory should visit the studio website or call the studio 917-789-1599 with questions during normal studio hours.